In which way the dissemination of principles of ethics and integrity impact on public administration performance?
Well, I think the first thing to recognize is that the provision of services is one of the major functions of any decent government, and therefore the way to think about what must be provided with what efficiency is one of the central exercises of politics as well as of administration. I'm hoping to discuss some of the issues today in my talk, but the main thing is, you mentioned ethics. Ethics is part of the story, but in the application of ethics is restrained not only by having no concern about ethics, which is one problem, but also sometimes being rather lazy about seeing how the different types of public services affects the lives of human beings who depend on those public services. That means all the citizens, some more and some less. So I would have thought that the main thing to look at is the intelligence and the informed nature of the application, and the question of ethics integrates into that, but it's mixed up or comes together along with issues of economy, affordability, and so on. It's a complex question. I don't have a simple formulaic answer to that.
What could be the relation between ethics and training provided to our human capital?
I must say first that I don't like the term human capital much, because that takes human beings not as being valuable in themselves, but as something else. In fact, Adam Smith once wrote to David Hume, complaining that the way you look at people, you praise human beings in the same way that you would praise a chest of drawers. But a chest of drawers is not in itself a good thing. It's what it does to human beings. So human capital takes people as like a machine, rather than something to which the whole exercise of social living is dedicated, or should be. But I think if you look at it not in human capital, but to use Aristotelian terms, the human capability, what kind of flourishing of human life you can have, I think then it's a question of being clear-headed in your analysis of the different factors that influence of our living. That varies from our subsistence, our nutrition, our health care, our education, and it also includes other social things, like the way we socially integrate, the way we can relate to the community, and the way we may be able to participate in public life. So that's totality of factors come in if we take a human capability view as opposed to a human machine-like capital view.
In order to guarantee equality, managers should possess skills and values. According to you, which one should they be?
I think there's no other way of achieving equity but to aim at equity and be concerned with the question. I don't think equity is such a complicated concept. It's not brain surgery that you're looking at. I think the main reason why equity is neglected often is because people don't pay enough attention. One of the things I'm going to discuss in my lecture is that when you have budget crunch, like we have in most countries today, Greece perhaps most of all, Italy too, but Britain and America, all the countries, France and Germany too, then the tendency is to economize on those things which you can easily cut. But that's not a very good way of thinking about it, because, what you are aiming at is not cutting. What you're aiming at is a net balance of the benefits you get from cutting costs and the benefits that you lose by not having those services. So the equity comes in by seeing how people's lives are affected. Now, right now I don't know what the contemporary debates in Italy is. I've just landed last night and I have not spent 24 hours yet here, and I haven't read many of the papers yet. But if you take the American one, quite a lot of the benefits that easily cut are connected with supporting poorer people, or supporting single mothers with a family to raise. Quite a lot is connected with the length of the unemployment benefit when people are long-term unemployed. Now these are matters of very great importance for human life. And one has to see that compared with many other things on which economy may be achieved. And in America, of course, there are lots of examples: agricultural subsidies, huge amounts, not going particularly to poor people and so on. So it's a question of being intelligent about equity. It's not only equity we want also an intelligent application of the concerns of equity in our policy choices.